this morning. I acknowledge that there in the universe are all these choices, and we chose to be here together in our own intimate community, Interfaith New Thought Spiritual Center Worldwide, a divine idea in the mind of God whose time has come, the time is now, and the place is where we are. We know that nothing happens by chance. We think it does. Oh, that was an accident. There are no accidents in the universe. Nothing happens by chance. We are all here by divine appointment. And as we keep our divine appointment, the universe keeps its appointment with us. As we keep our word with the universe keeps its word with us. At that which we utter becomes the outer expression of our lives. Thoughts are things, words are molds. And with so much going on the planet, this was the perfect topic for this month, the power of now. This morning we're going to talk about accessing the power of now. And what I know is that when we're in the now moment, when we're in this beyond time and space moment, there is peace, there is serenity, there is tranquility. And when we are not in the space of peace. We are in the space of ego, which is identified with form, the stuff that's going on in our lives. And oh my gosh, woe is me. But when we are on the solution level, when we acknowledge we may not agree with what's going on, but our thoughts have power. Our words have power. And the deeds that flow from our thoughts and our words are making a difference in waves of light. Mother Teresa said, peace begins with a smile. Moves beyond all of it, doesn't it? A smile moves beyond color, race, creed, or sexual orientation. A smile is love. A smile is the energy that just lets us feel that connection and that oneness and the opportunity that we have at this moment in our lives to make a difference in small ways and in larger ways. I have many, many friends that went to Washington, D.C., and they marched. They marched for freedom. They marched for equality. They marched for justice. They marched for the energy of oneness. They marched in that unity in diversity and that knowingness. This oneness and multiplicity is why we are here. We live in the greatest nation. That Statue of Liberty, I remember the first time I went to Ellis Island and toured the Statue of Liberty and felt the energy and felt what people must have felt. My great-grandmother came out on a ship from Ireland, and what she must have felt when she saw that Statue of Liberty. So as we come together, Dr. Clayton said so beautifully about there is no freedom without taking responsibility. The twin of freedom is responsibility. How do we access the power of now? We what? Surrender. We let go and we let God do what God does best by means of us. What that means is that surrendering process creates the space for God to do what God does best by means of us, to put forth that positive energy in the universe and know that it is making a difference with so much going on right now in our country, to stand firm and to take a stand in the truth. Ernest Holmes stated that we're not against what's out here. We're for what's going to make a difference. So when we put our energy on what we are for, that's the energy that moves out in waves of life, and that light penetrates the darkness. The darkness comprehendeth it not, and shadows flee away forever and ever and ever, because that light absorbs the darkness, and what does it do? It eventually illuminates it. So energetically, we are the light of the world. We were told that we are the light of the world, and that we let our light so shine before men and women that they see our good works and glorify our Father in heaven. Where is the Father? It's within us, the Father, Mother, God. The divine masculine, the divine feminine is within us. And Christ consciousness is accessed every time we show love. This commandment I give thee, that ye love one another as I have loved thee. This was the great commandment. It was love, the strongest healing power in the universe. Accessing the power of now is accessing that energy of light, of love. And you know, we have our wonderful pet minister with us, R.J. Mutt Taylor, and I got my Miss Muffin from him. And Minnie, we were out, I was giving a pet blessing for Animal Samaritans, as I do every year. And as I passed her cage, this little paw reached through the cage and took my arm. And I said, isn't she cute? Well, hello, what is her name? It's Minnie. I said, oh, Minnie seems to fit her. I'll hold her just for a minute. Yeah, that's the end of it, right? Once you got it in your arms, that's it. I said, how much is she? She's been spayed, she's been, you know, shots and everything. She was at the Coachella Valley shelter. They said $20. I had $20, oh my gosh. I had no cash on me. And so we borrowed the $20 from one of the other pet ministers. And so there I am with my pets and the energy of someone, a little paw, reaching through a cage. So life does what life does best. And I decided at that moment, every time I come in, and you know if you have dogs and pups, that it's like such a greeting. It's like they haven't seen you for days. You can be gone 5 minutes, and they're so happy to see you, and they're hugging and kissing you and jumping up and doing the whole doggy thing. And I want to be the person my dog thinks I am. That's my goal. I want to be the person my dog thinks I am. And I saw that on a bumper sticker, and I thought, that is so adorable, because it's about unconditional love. It's about the energy that moves beyond color, race, creed, or sexual orientation. It's the love and the light that is with us. And that what's going on in our country right now, you know, when RJ went with me all over the world, and we were in Istanbul, Turkey, I was speaking for the Istanbul Medical University, and I was talking about our oneness, and I've shared this with our community before, but it's so relevant at this moment in our country's history. And believe me, I have been putting that energy out there in waves of light. As a minister in a 501c3, you know that we do not talk politics in our way of life. We come here to experience love, light, truth, beauty, and wisdom. These things that have gone out in the world have been going on since the Romans were putting, you know, looking for the Jews, and they were hiding in catacombs. It's gone on. It's the human ego. It's an identification with the form of things. And Dr. Yoshi Suzuki is speaking for us Wednesday night. And he said when he was 6 months old, our country was, we were in war with Japan, and we certainly do not, I mean, everyone that lost someone, you know, and in Hawaii was just unbelievable. But the good Japanese people that were here in our country, and then suddenly they were taken to camps, and he said, so they came, they sent his father to Santa Fe, New Mexico, to a camp because he was a leader, a spiritual leader. They sent his mother and his mother's mother and him at 6 months old to a camp in San Francisco. And they were there for 5 years. He did not meet his father until he was 5 years old. Here is a Shinto priest in Los Angeles who is one of the most loving, caring, and giving people I know. And he said that when the Clintons made reparation to the Japanese, that he was there speaking and talking about what happened and the power of forgiveness. And that power that when we're in a fear-based mode, we are identified with the form. And so then we become that. And when I heard him share his story and how amazing it was, when I was in Santa Fe a few years ago, and I spent 3 weeks there on my own spiritual retreat, and it was in 2012. And I went to the memorial, the Japanese memorial, up on a hill in Santa Fe, New Mexico. And I kind of spoke to Dr. Yoshi's father and said, I'm doing this for your son, and just show me a sign. And we were kind of parked in the weeds. And as I opened the door, there was a shiny, shiny quarter in the weeds. And I picked up this shiny, shiny quarter, this 25, 5, you know, 2 and 5 or 7, the number of completion, that we are complete with that level of consciousness. and did like a little prayer and a ceremony. When RJ and I were at the university in Istanbul, and I was speaking about our oneness, I was speaking about our way of life, my dear friend, Dr. Danny Shumad, who was originally from Tehran, ran up in the middle of my talk and whispered in my ear, "You are speaking to a group of Muslims." And I said, "Thank you, I know that." And so they saw him whispering in my ear, and here is a Doctor Without Borders that's doing this amazing clinic in Africa at Madani University. He's amazing. He was the chief of staff at Hamburg, Germany, a university hospital. He is an amazing man. And I said, Dr. Danny Shumad just came to share with me that I am speaking in a group of Muslims. Isn't that wonderful? That I can be here, I can be a New Thought minister, and I can speak with you, and I can feel your energy. And that my Facebook friend, her name is Phyllis Lau, and I came to hear me speak, and that we got to connect and meet. And what we did is, we went out the very next day, and she took us everywhere. And as a Muslim, and she said, I take my religion very seriously, and I honor Allah. And it doesn't matter what we call God, does it? God, Yahweh, Father, Mother, First Cause, Allah, Brahman, Buddha, it doesn't matter what we call it. If we're going to access the power of now, we're going to be living in this moment. We're going to be looking through the appearances that show up, all this stuff that we give our power away to. Appearances, the conditions that have been there forever, that we want to see through and past that. And this is not a religion or a way of life, and Dr. Ernest Holmes said we are not really a religion, we're a way of life. This is spirituality. Our daily life is our temple and our religion. And that when we get that, we connect. We're not tolerating other religions or other ways of being, we are accepting. We are accepting in the circle of life that we are all one, and this oneness connects us at the very, very deepest level. In Aesop's fable, he tells us a story about a dog. I just love this. We have our dogs with us today. And he said that he had found this amazing piece of meat, and he was trotting over a bridge, and he happened to see his reflection in the water, and he saw a bigger dog with a bigger piece of meat. Oh my gosh. And he let go of what he was carrying that fell into the river to grasp what this other dog had, not realizing it was his own reflection. And the moral being, don't let go of the substance to embrace the shadow. Keep that substance within us, and to acknowledge energetically that it is about the oneness of sharing that substance, that we will never outgive God. We will never outgive God. We will never outgive the universe, that it is there for us. So we have work to do in our country, and every day to send that light and that energy, and know that shadows flee away forever and ever and ever. And that as I am the person my dog thinks I am, I'm only going to get better. I'm only going to grow. I'm only going to evolve, because that is the mandate of life, isn't it? Grow, evolve, expand, be all that we can be. One of my former congregants from San Diego, his name is Neil Donald Walsh, wrote a book called Conversations with God. And then he got on the solution level of what's going on in our country, and he founded a humanities team. In fact, our own videographer, Julian Paul Hernandez, did a beautiful, beautiful video for humanities team. And to acknowledge that oneness, and that we're not ostriches with our head in the sand. We are taking action by our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. Every time I'm asked to sign a petition of oneness, I always sign it. That there are small things we can do that can create great change. And we love our country. We love the energy of our oneness, and under God, all things are possible. With man, they are impossible, aren't they? But with God, all things are possible if we have the faith as a grain of mustard seed, and we say to this experience, remove hence. I'm not giving my power away to this. remove hence, it does. Because with God, all things are possible. So today, as I greet you with profound respect. I honor you. I honor all of our brothers and sisters on the planet, those that are in airports right now, wondering how they're going to get home. You know, so much going on our planet and in our country. And I want us just to send our prayers and our light and our energy out there. Because with God, all things are possible. We're going somewhere. Do you know where it is?
Higher.
Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. Where? Higher yet. And so it is.